Burn them bow down, Michael Dillon heat drum, but the bow wow. Oh my God, are we rolling?
We're rolling.
Dylan, do you know what we have never done for Mike and Dylan hate drama? What the fuck are you doing, bro?
Well, you were asking me what we hadn't done, and then I was going to answer the question, so I was listening to your question, and then you threw the intro.
I still did the hate pause. I looked at you, man,
And
and
then I had to
it felt like
figure it
an
out.
eternity. You ever like asked a girl a question that you really liked, and you thought she was really pretty, no homo, and then you just waited?
How's that a no homo?
That is right. Yeah, that's not. Look, honestly,
We're just off this morning.
what do you mean?
I missed the hate, and then you're saying no homo to talking to a girl?
No. Because I was putting that in the context of what just happened between us.
Oh.
Yeah, and then you ask a big question, or you send a text message, and then you see the
three dots, and
the
then
three dots, and then they
and-
disappear, and then they come back again, and they disappear, and then they come back again, and they disappear. That's what that felt like. So, do you know what we have never done?
What?
We have never told people why we are good at giving advice.
No, we have not.
We've
Why?
never done that. Like our qualifications. Did I say that right? Qualifications.
Yeah.
It sound wrong when I say, when you type out a word,
Yeah.
and it fucking looks wrong.
It's worse when I write it down by hand. When I handwrite things, every single word looks misspelled.
If I put it in all caps, it looks wrong. No matter what. I don't know why. I'm like, that is not how talk is spelled.
I write in all caps because of architecture. So back when I was doing architecture, you do architectural lettering.
I don't know what architectures do. But I mean, getting advice from us, it's kind of like, advice for me is essentially like you live in a trailer park and you ran out of sugar. So you got to go to your next door neighbor because he has a lot of sugar. And then while you're there, you just like asked him a very important question about life.
Does that happen a lot in the trailer park?
I don't know. I mean, I remember, getting sugar. Like I said, we never actually, you would think.
Was it booger sugar or just regular sugar?
Regular sugar.
Oh, okay.
Regular sugar. Man, look, in poor communities, we're like actual community. And then we argue a lot and we fight outside. And it's weird.
Oh, that's like us.
Yeah, but like we're like an actual community. I don't know. I was looking up things about podcasts because, we always have to think about like growing and growth and stuff like that. And one of the things someone was saying is, why should people listen to you? I'm like, I don't know. I could list off reasons they shouldn't listen to us, but
I always think that's funny though, because like you can't really think of that for your audience. Like, I mean, all the people that listen to us, they're listening for multiple different reasons. They're not actually wanting our advice on topics.
I think they do. I think they need it.
I think they like to laugh at our advice.
I think they're like, man, that fat, obviously mentally struggling dude right there he's got the key right there to solve my relationship problem.
You rushed me into this and I forgot to lint roll my shirt.
I haven't lint rolled either, but I did not forget. I'm just accustomed to the audience now so they could see couple little hairs on there. I'm fine with that.
Well, and you leave it here. I go home to my dogs and cats and stuff. Well, not dogs anymore, just cats.
Way to fucking sad that up. It's like me going, I go home to father-in-lawless house, which, I mean, he survived, bro. He's up. He's talking now. He's in a rehabilitation
Well, I don't
place.
think everybody knows what ended up happening because it wasn't just, we talked about it in that one episode.
Yeah. So the father-in-law thing, he had gotten gallbladder surgery. And for some reason on my middle son's birthday or my youngest son's birthday, it had started bleeding. He had started like bleed, like he was pooping out blood and stuff like that. And it was making him real nervous. So that night he goes to the hospital and they're like, well, nothing's wrong with you, brother. Go home. Look, you don't need to be here. So he comes home that night and he's still like real worried. So he ends up going back. So the next day he gets up to use the bathroom. He sees it's all blood and then he immediately drops dead with a heart attack.
In the hospital.
In the hospital.
Yeah.
Which, I mean, best place to have a heart attack, I would say. Like me, I know I'm going to have a heart attack like in my car in the middle of a desert or somewhere. It's not going to be a good place to have a heart attack. So they do CPR for 12 minutes. They get his pulse back. Well, he gets transferred to another hospital. Come to find out, the other hospital before had put some kind of thing in his leg. It was like I don't know if it was like an IV or something like that, but it had essentially cut off the blood circulation in his leg. All the muscles and shit in his leg were white from not having any blood to it. So they thought they were going to have to amputate his leg too. Like it was just like, and he had not came to or anything like that. So they work on his leg and then they do surgery on his stomach again. Well, it's like 3 or 4 days later, he's like starting to wake up. He's not lucid, but he's like looking around and shit like that. Well, what the doctors did not know, and I don't know how because you're in a hospital, but he had complete pneumonia in both lungs. So, once again, dies. Just flatlines again out of nowhere. So they do CPR to, like, they work to bring him back for like 20 minutes this time. Like, getting a pulse back, it's going away. And they get him back. And I'm told this, and I'm like, bro, you got to pick.
You can't keep coming and going.
Yeah, you got to pick one. Stop playing with us like this. Like, come on, man, be a man. You dying or you're not dying. Now, unfortunately, my father-in-law is like my middle son's favorite person on earth. So I am like, I say unfortunately because you want him to be a dad's boy, but it's not like that. He loves his pawpaw. So, I told him, I was like, you don't update him at all about anything that has happened. He talked to him yesterday. It's the first time he's talked to him since everything happened in May.
Yeah.
Yeah. So after that, I just was like, I had the talk with him, like, I don't think he's going to make it. And we had a really good father-son moment, but then he made it. So, I mean, nah.
He's coming back.
Yeah. Cause I was just like, he's back now. He's like regularly talking. And now, like I said, once he does so many he has a trach. And I guess with a trach, you can't just like take it out because you'll have a big gaping hole in your neck. So they'll have to put like a smaller trach in and kind of like, what do they call it when you gauge your ear? Yeah. So they're trying to de-gauge it. Yeah. So they just don't leave a big hole in and start. But after that, I guess we'll be able to come home. A funny joke that me and my middle son have though is because I was like, Papa died technically and came back to life. So you know what that makes him? He's like, what? I'm like, a zombie. So we make like zombie pawpaw jokes right now, which he's 9. So that's like in his realm of joking around. And my daughter then brings up, well, he died twice. So if a zombie dies and then comes back to life, what is that? I was like, either you're a person again or that's zombie squared. So we don't know. We're not going to get too deep into the lore of that.
Well, you'll have to ask him about it because, like, he's died twice. So he knows what's going on.
But yeah, it's just it's a wild thing for, I don't know, man. I know me, just my luck. It's going to be something small and I'm just going to die.
That's a good thing though. Like, is to just be gone. Just
bro,
be done. Out.
Bro, you telling me, man. You talk about, I ain't got to worry about nothing.
Yeah.
That's why when people were like, man, I can't see why they did it. Have you looked around? Like, this shit is not sunshine and rainbows. You telling me I ain't got to worry about bills? I ain't got to worry about the cost of living. I ain't got to worry about what people's thinking. I ain't got to worry about You know how hot it is outside? Bitch, if somebody took their own life, because they was like, man, it's like 101 degrees outside, 98% humidity. If they put that on a suicide note, I'd be like, logical reason. Logical reason. Look, they didn't want to deal with this heat no more. It's rough. It's rough out here, man.
Just find a shady tree, wait it out, go hop in a pond.
I don't know. Ponds.
Oh, so you're a lake guy, but not a pond guy.
Fuck no. Yeah, I'm a lake guy, not a pond guy.
We had a pond in my front yard, so I grew up swimming in the pond. But also it's like, whether it's like a pond in a field that nobody swam in, or like there's like kind of a swimming area. Because once people get in there and like move their feet around it, it's not like the silty mud for like a foot of it. But yeah, a regular pond might not jump in.
You sink kneecap into fucking mud.
And leeches just all up.
Yeah.
You ever had a leech on you?
Yeah, no, I have not.
Really?
Yeah, I was about to lie and say I did. I don't know why.
We used to walk up and down the creek beds because I lived out in the sticks up in New York. And so like all the fields, there'd just be a creek running through somewhere in the fields. And so that's where we'd like sneak back into the woods and like start fires and act like we were survivalists and stuff. And I'd probably say 20 or 30 times walking up and down the creek beds or swimming in ponds. Like I'd come out and there'd just be like black things all over my legs, and
How do you get them off?
you just pull them off. But technically, I think you're not supposed to pull them off. You're supposed to try and convince them, because otherwise some of their mouth parts can stay in you. But
That's
as
what
long
they
as
say about ticks, bro.
as long as they don't as long as they're not fully attached, you can get them off. A lot of times, like, you'll notice them.
Did y'all get a lot of freshwater snails up there?
I mean, I don't really remember the snails. I remember we called them lampreys. They were like about 12 inches long, and they'd stick to the rocks.
I know something else that's 12 inches long.
What?
I don't know, my dick if you tripled it. My dick if you tripled it. Like
Subway sub.
yeah, Subway sandwich.
But yeah, these lampreys, they would only come like every like 5 to 7 years. But when like when you'd see them, it was just like literally all over the rocks in the creek, and so like it just looked like almost like seaweed, but they were living animals. One of my buddies was a dick, and he'd take them out and throw them against the wall and shit. And I was like, why do you got to be sadistic about it?
What the fuck? Yeah, like why?
Like
you were exhibiting signs of a serial killer right now, bud. Have you seen the mayflies we get?
Oh yeah.
One time a year.
I was up in New York one time, and it literally looked like just like fog everywhere. Like it looked like, Stranger Things or like a scary movie where it's just like you look off in the distance and it's just like this moving like fog, and it's like, what the fuck is that,
bro? I would hate it because I don't know the frequency to which it happens. I'm not a scientist. I don't look it up. I just know it always happens when I'm going to do shit and I need gas. So I have to like park. I have to just get out in this like wave of bugs. You can't see anything. You're just like reach for a gas handle. You open the gas tank. There's bugs just flying in it. Bugs flying everywhere, and they're not small.
No,
like they're a decent size. And the worst part is like as you're walking on a floor made of bugs.
Yeah, because they're all dying off.
And I'm just like, what is y'all's purpose, man?
Well,
like,
and I think they don't even have like mouths or anything. They don't eat. Like they literally, after they go into their final form, like this is my final form. They breed and then they're done.
But why? Like why? It's just you don't have a reason, bro. Just stop.
I mean, that's like the cicadas, but there's like, 5 year, 7 year, 11 year, like all these different cicadas.
No,
like,
cicada's way different because that bitch is scary.
Last year there was like a ton. It must have been because like everywhere around our house, like underneath our porch and up all the trees, there was just like exoskeletons where they came out as
all over the road.
I've seen like 2 or 3 already this year.
And then you just like go outside on the back porch and smoke a cigarette, and you just get hit in the cheek with one. Or they'll like fucking latch onto your shoulder. Blah. Oh, I think the scariest, listen, we're in Lexington, North Carolina. So it's a little bit country out here. Like there's a good amount of forest area. It's definitely not like a city. So we get insects that you don't normally get in the city. We get a lot of like rattlesnakes and shit like that too.
Oh, a rattlesnake's an insect?
Huh?
A rattlesnake's an insect?
Well, I'm just saying we get like a lot of different things that the cities get.
I've never seen a rattlesnake here.
I've never seen one. I've been here for 13 years and never seen a rattlesnake.
I think they're more up towards the mountains.
What do you mean?
The rattlesnakes.
No, we had a big problem of them in Lexington. That's why you can't ever find mothballs. But I guess it's out more towards the flat area because I know that's why when you go to like Family Dollar and shit, you can't find mothballs because the farmers be buying them all up and shit.
Or maybe all the old people just keep buying them for their clothes.
No, I know we do have a decent amount of them because they put up warning signs out at Finch Park.
Really?
Yeah.
I've never seen one.
Really? Have you ever walked the trails there?
Yeah.
Maybe I think it's Finch Park.
I don't know.
Maybe I'm tripping, bro.
I know that they're like in the mountains. Like the rattlesnakes definitely are up in the mountains.
Right.
But like I know that they can be around here, but I think their habitat's more towards the mountains.
We have a black snake at home.
Yeah, those are great.
Yeah, he lives right underneath you see how the fucking driveway is? Yeah. It's just a drop down a cliff. That's my driveway. It just drops down a cliff.
Yeah, I've never pulled into it.
So at the bottom part, it's like starting to come up. So he lives under there. And we always see him, like, he'll cross over and go to the other side where he'll,
is that the one from
down.
the rain?
Yeah, from the picture. Yeah, we see him all the time. And my daughter was like, why don't you do something about him? I was like, because he's doing something about the scary ones. Like, that's why you want him there, because you don't want to come outside and then you just because we killed a baby copperhead a couple weeks ago.
You know, it's technically illegal to kill snakes.
Well,
unless you're in immediate danger.
We thought about killing it, but we didn't do it. So we definitely did not do that. But anyways, we were like, guys like that gets rid of those scary ones.
Well, and they take care of mice and all kinds of other pests.
Let me tell you, the problem on my back porch right now is fucking Hercules beetles.
Those things are awesome.
They are the scariest looking motherfuckers ever, and they're humongous. Like that is, imagine. God damn it.
I think I always called them gladiators, but like, yeah.
Listen, I am not a fan of insects, and people will be like, "How are you from the country?" I don't know about cars. I'm not a fan of insects. I don't.
We didn't have a dad.
Yeah, I'm hot, but imagine going out at 1 o'clock in the morning. You're sitting on the back porch. You're trying to enjoy it, and then you look down by your foot, and there's just like a monster fucking beetle with shit just like sticking off of it. Because we get those, and then what are they called? Stag beetles. The ones where it's not like the one in the big sides. One in the middle, it's the one on the sides.
Yeah.
And them fucking shits will like branch off into, oh, bro, no.
They're so
and
cool.
Camel crickets. Fuck a camel cricket.
Yeah, those ones are kind of creepy looking.
Yeah, because all they are is just hopping spiders. I can't I can't fucking stand. I hate spiders. And I used to not be afraid of spiders. Well, I'm not saying afraid of spiders. I'm just like, ugh. Because one day I was walking to the card shop when I lived in High Point. I think I was like 17 years old. And this spider, I guess like a wolf spider, walks out onto the road. So I'm just like playing around. And I do like this 360 hop in the air and stomp on it. And a billion little babies came off of it. And I don't know why, but like the babies like start coming off and I'm like, oh, and I feel like I'm all pass out and I'm like walking down the road and I'm like, I don't feel so good after seeing that. I don't know what the fuck happened, but ever since then, I don't fuck with spiders.
See, I was joking about, or like I was talking about my friend throwing the lampreys against the wall and killing them, and you're just smashing spiders that ain't fucking with you at all.
Well, this is before I knew what good spiders do.
That's the crazy thing with the wolf spiders, though, because they don't look too crazy. Like, I mean, they look like a pretty big spider on their own, but then when they do have the babies on the back, it's like the biggest fucking spider I've ever seen. And that was the first time that I realized, because I was like, that thing's huge. Like, what kind of spider is it? And I looked down on it, and like everything on its butt was just like moving around, and that was all the babies, just like hitching a ride on mom.
That's, well, look, I can't stand it. Imagine being in Australia with them big huntsman spiders. And Australians, once you talk about like a huntsman spider, they'll be like, oh, mate, they ain't fucking, leave them babies alone. They ain't hurting nobody. But look at it, though, bro. Look at it. Imagine just like waking up in bed, that bitch is just right on the covers. I'm dead. I'm having a heart attack. Fuck Australia. They have those. They have, it's the most poisonous spider. It's like the fucking carpet something, I don't fucking know. Black funnel spider, some shit like that.
Yeah, I think it's the funnel.
Yeah, but this motherfucker, like, he fucking arches his back up because he's like super fucking aggressive too. So he's like the most aggressive spider also.
Yeah.
They have that, the fucking inland taipan, which doesn't kill anybody because he's off like where there's no humans. So when he does see humans, he doesn't give a fuck because he's not learned to like be afraid of us.
Yeah.
And they're just so secluded they don't kill nobody. But they have like the first deadliest, third deadliest, fourth deadliest fucking snake, the first and second deadliest spider. I'm just like, no. And saltwater crocodiles.
Yeah.
Saltwater crocodile. Imagine just not being able to get into a body of water. Which that's northern Australia. I know southern Australia doesn't have crocodiles. I don't give a fuck. Because what if a crocodile is like, you know what, too hot here. I'm just gonna go south. You don't know how far south them bitches are gonna go.
Well, that was the wild thing. When I go to the beach, like I never think, but like technically in all of like the wetlands surrounding the beach, there's alligators. Like,
yeah, bro. Oh, yeah, fuck yes.
But like I never go to that part because like when I go to the beach, I go to the beach.
Besides
so like
Florida,
I don't go to the inlets and stuff like that. But there's like a shit ton of alligators.
Besides Florida, South Carolina has the most alligator deaths. That's fucked.
So do you want to get into this advice that people asked us that
we'll get into a couple of
didn't make the
so
original cut?
These are like advices. Just we have some bad submissions for you guys. So I'm going to show you an example of what we think a bad submission is. That's kind of hard to do on the podcast. Dear Mike and Dylan, my husband lied to me.
Okay. About what?
Don't know. I kill him. Like, what the fuck? Like, you gotta put him down. What did he lie to you about? Did he lie to you?
Well, I mean, there also is divorce.
Right, yeah. Did he lie to you about saying you look pretty in a dress? Did he lie to you about having sex with the family dog? Like, in one instance, you poison his coffee. In another instance, you go jogging. Like, what? I don't know what advice to give you. All right?
You know, there was a really fucked up song back in the early days of, like, downloading music that was American Pie, but it was talking about, like, fucking your dog. And I was like, this is a really fucked up song. It was funny as being like a 14, 15-year-old, like hearing funny songs for the first time, but it was like a super fucked up song.
The other, it was like 2 days ago, I was writing a song because I'll be doing this sometimes. All right. It's obviously a comedy song, but it's about Pop-Tarts, but it's a Christian song because the intro of it is like me waking up to make some pastries, like I'm making pastries for the day, but then it goes into like, you know, the chorus where it's like, Jesus, you are so good, like, and you think it's about Jesus, but he's talking about the pastries that he was making.
Oh, and just like saying Jesus.
Yeah, like good. so you would just think it's a guy like waking up and he's like, it's a beautiful morning, and then he's talking about like how good God is, but he's really talking about how good the pastries are. And it was really hard for me to get through like the second verse right before the chorus, so I was just like, I give up.
You come back to it.
I'll come back to it. And then we have one about the supervisor. We were going to write that one through half of it, where the guy, he goes through like, I don't know, he's worked a job for like 11 years, and then his boss like always talks shit to him, so he punches it. And it always ends with him like punching the supervisor in the face. And then the next one, he goes and works at a coffee shop. And he's like, and then some blue-haired little, and like it starts like talking down to him. So every course is, I don't know, man. We got to do something.
Yeah, no, we can do that. We really just got to push this baby up the hill and get it.
This baby's so hard. It's hard to push up the hill. Dear Mike and Dylan, I hate my job and my boss is terrible, but I need the money. I've been here for 2 years and it's getting worse. Quit. Take a sawed-off shotgun and commit a mass atrocity at your workplace.
Don't do that.
Take out your supervisor and then everybody that likes the supervisor or just doesn't like you, or that you have a crush on and that you cannot talk to because you think they're out of your league.
Couldn't we just do like nunchucks or something? Like,
no.
So that it's not like death?
No. If I don't have any details, I'm giving you the worst advice.
Well, you do that anyway.
Yes, but that's why. See, I have to give you the worst advice, and I
mean, there is always quit.
We have one about their roommate's really nasty. How do they deal with it?
Move out.
Yeah. Have you told them to stop being nasty? When we get advice, we need like descriptions, because you guys have heard me and Dylan, even with descriptions, we're confused. And
Mike reads like 4 layers deep into it too. Like he's like,
bro, I don't know why. Yeah, it's just like when they say it right here, my nipples become hard and I start to sense that they're having maybe like some financial troubles. I don't know what the fuck happens. It's like the goofiest shit and I just want to get off of it, but I can't. It's like my brain latches onto it and I'm just like, I can sense the pain in their typing. I don't know.
Did you see how he said his wife was pretty instead of beautiful? Like, what is that? Like,
what is that?
Is he cheating on her or something?
Oh man,
like,
so I fucked up. All right. And I watched a couple of the Am I the Assholes from like different people who do. We do not do it in the nowhere near the ballpark that they do it at.
I don't know, because I think I've watched a couple, but most of the ones that I've seen were like YouTube videos where it's like zoom in, and like just
wow, this husband's like really fucking crazy. Well, what's going on, YouTube? Welcome back to another installment of Mike and Dylan hate drama. Yeah, bang. If you enjoy the video, make sure to smash that subscribe button. So, without further ado,
is that what those were like?
No. I was just doing the whole fucking.
But what
YouTube
are you saying that they do? Like,
so, like they're just like sitting there, and then you have one that reads.
Yeah.
Okay, and then they read, and they'll pause, and the other person will be like, "Oh my God, who doesn't hate that?"
Oh, so you mean on the other ones they actually let the other person talk?
No. It's not really like that. It's like it's like in the. Like in between reading the story, like who doesn't hate that, and like they're like hyping the other person up.
Yeah,
it almost feels like wow, that is correct. Like I'm just like hyping up the story. And then when they get in, like after that, like they talk about it, to which I think it's like, look, some of it was out of touch, some of it was in touch. I'm not going to say who was out of touch, who was in touch, but fucking, I don't care. I just know when we're like, bro, that guy's going to fucking stab somebody in the neck one day. It's a lot different than how everybody else does it.
We do it better.
What if,
better.
what if, I'm just saying, all right, we're at the ceiling. This is as big as it ever gets.
Yeah.
You ever thought about that? Like, we have found all the people that are just like,
I can listen to these two idiots talk for
right, I too am on the cusp of suicide. I can deal with this.
I mean, if these are our people, these are our people.
What we could do, though, I feel like if we're at like the peak where we have, 2,000 listeners on Spotify, 1,000 listeners on Apple Podcasts, 1,000 listeners on YouTube, we then have to start a militia, okay? Because there's look, you can have Two Hot Takes with their million follow. Okay. Oh, wow. We have 4,000 that own guns. Like, listen, come on. The other ones, they are very like political towards a certain area of people that don't believe in owning guns. And that's why, listen, I can never be too Democrat, because I don't want to get into like a political war and be on the side that doesn't believe in having guns. You know what I'm saying? So I can never get too far into it, because I gotta fuck with the people that have the guns too. You know,
just stay right in the middle.
No, if you stay right in the middle, you get shot by both sides. Like, that's what happens.
I thought the one side didn't have guns.
Well, you get shot with.
Well, see, the crazy thing is if you go far enough left, they are extremely.
They're backing the guns. They're backing the guns, and bringing them. Not just fucking with you, bringing them in the schools. Look, Eminem did a joke on it too.
Yeah, no, I think it's I think being too far in either which direction in our takes is the problem. Like, if we're just like, oh,
maybe,
this,
but
do that.
But when you look at it, what podcast is there that's just like, nah, we don't really give a fuck? You know what I'm saying?
You fuck with everybody. It's not that you don't, like, you pick on some people.
Oh my God, could you imagine someone who's just like, I don't like anybody on this side or this side? I was like, so what do you got, like 6 friends?
Yeah.
Like,
I disavowed everybody that has a political stance.
So who do you talk to? This teddy bear? Like, this teddy bear put a wig on it. His name's Susie. Hey, Susie, what do you like? Oh, well, I like to do what everybody likes. I like to do what nobody likes to do. I don't fucking know, man.
So you got more of those shitty takes, or?
I don't know. I like talking too, bro.
I know.
Tell a Dylan story. My brother borrowed $500 from me six months ago and keeps making excuses about paying me back. He has money for other stuff, though.
Have you met a brother? Like, that's a sibling for you.
I mean, that's a good one, but it's like
a little more detail.
Yeah, like, well, how big's his dick, bro? Like, we gotta know.
Read the last one.
I told my wife I was going to buy a new shotgun. She said no, so I called her a bitch. She's super pissed now. You got any advice for me? What?
Don't call her a bitch.
Yeah, just
go buy the shotgun.
Wait until she wants to do her own thing, like go somewhere with like some friends or something where you know she's going to spend money, and then when she goes, buy the shotgun, and then be like, God damn, babe, I didn't know you. Why the fuck did you spend this much money doing whatever?
You just buy it and ask for forgiveness.
Right? Yeah, that's the easiest way in marriage. Is just look, don't ask for permission, ask for forgiveness.
Yeah. It's not a solid strategy. It'll definitely wear out over time, but it's definitely a strategy.
It's pretty solid.
Yeah.
It's the only way that like I'm able to, because if I would just be like, you know how women have a way of saying no without saying no.
Yeah.
Like they just say even when they say yes, you can understand that it's a no.
Yeah.
Anything other than a yes is automatically a no. Like whatever, that's fine. I don't care.
We have a lot of bills to pay, but I guess if you really think that it's a good idea,
then sure, yeah. I mean, if you value that more than this, then go ahead. Like, if it's not, oh yeah, baby, you can do that. I don't care. Have fun. And even so, there could be like, yeah, I don't care. Have fun.
I just went to a guy's night last night for the pool that I go to, and I asked my wife before. I was like, hey, do you think I should go?
That's a literal sausage party. Guys' night. Yeah.
It's just a bunch of guys sitting around playing poker. But
man, imagine how just Relaxing that is.
It was nice. Like I didn't really know the people beforehand. Like I've met them passingly, but like it was kind of cool to just hang out. But it was, and then we have another one coming up on Saturday, and so like I was just talking to my wife, and I was like, "Is it cool if I do both of these? Like I don't have to." And she's like, "Yeah, that's fine. That's fine."
And then you're sitting there like,
Should I go?
her
Should I
eyes
not
twitching
go?
kind of a little bit. I seen her nose kind of flare when she did that. You have to read. You have to then like think about the situation. You got to fucking pull out a dry erase board and start doing math of.
Yeah.
It's. Imagine if your friends did that. Like you're just sitting there playing poker with a guy, and you just like he's like talking about some ex that he had, and you're like, oh man, that must have been crazy, right? And he's just like, yeah, I guess it was crazy. You're like, well, I'm sorry. Like, yeah, I guess you are sorry. Guys just don't do that.
I saw a funny thing on Instagram before you came, and it was talking about how like a woman figured out guys, and she's like, I think I figured it out. Like when he says he's not hungry, he's not hungry. Like I was like worried, like he doesn't like my cooking, like he's mad at me, he like all these things, and he just wasn't hungry. And then she says something else like, I'm tired. And she's like, is he tired of me? Is he tired of this relationship? Is he tired? And no, he just needed some rest. And it's like, yeah. That's pretty much it. Like
it's like in The Office. You're not going to know any of these characters, but Daryl starts dating. Oh, fuck. Kelly.
Yeah, I know.
I gotta watch The Office completely over again. But then Kelly, like, she asked Daryl something, and he's like, I don't know, I don't give a fuck. Like, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Like being a guy. And she was like, he says what's on his mind. Who does that? What kind of game is that? It's like that's the game guys play. And you had like the whole, I don't know, man, I'm just tired. Like, tired of what, baby? I just worked 12 hours. What do you mean tired of? Tired of standing?
Being awake?
Yeah, being awake. I'm exhausted. Yeah, my knees feel like they're to give out any second.
No, there's no context.
Right, yeah, no context to being tired.
Nothing's missing from that statement. That statement was a whole, complete, like, packaged deal right there. I am tired. Done.
I always thought, like, guys were fucking lying, too, when they were talking about being in a relationship and then asking the girl where they wanted to eat at.
Oh, no.
Because that was, like, a big joke coming up, or, like, growing up, and I was like, I bet it's not really like that. Oh my God, it's worse. It's it's worse. And so what do you want to eat? I don't care. Okay, so how about this? Nope. Oh God. We just had, okay, so we do care. We have established that there is some care going on right now.
Well, and the big thing is like, you will say, I don't care. And then she'll be like, this place. And you'll be like, okay. That's the difference. It's like when you say you don't care.
But then you'll be like, okay. You'll be like, okay, is that good? Like, she'll then follow up and be like, yes, man, I can find something to eat. Wherever you want to eat, I can find something that I want to eat.
Yeah.
I am the least picky person in the whole household.
Yep.
So how about you guys fucking debate over if it's going to be McDonald's or if it's going to be like Wendy's, because that's as far as their fucking
palettes go.
Their super extreme palettes go. Their fucking dynamic, just flavor requirements take.
If there's not something on the table for dinner, my wife is like, we could have pizza. And I'm like, we've had it 3 times already this week. Like, we could have something other than pizza. Yeah.
That's why, man. Poor people, they love. I worked
it's
in
so
a box
simple.
shop.
Like, you can throw a frozen pizza in, 20 minutes later, you got it. You can order from Domino's, 20 minutes later, you got it.
Hot take, frozen pizza is better than pizza at, like, the chain restaurants.
Yeah, Domino's is decent, but...
That's the least one I would call decent.
You like Papa John's better than Domino's?
Honestly, we had a Marco's here, and now we still have a Marco's. It's just a little bit farther away, but that's the chain I prefer.
Well, see, like if I'm going like for like a legit pizza, like I want like
Times Square,
a New York style pizza that's like decent.
Times Square pizza. Maybe we shouldn't be like naming these places in Lexington. Like, pay me.
Yep. Nah, it's all good. Ain't nobody.
We're bleeping this shit out. Someone's gonna be like, I live in Lexington and I tried Times Square just because of you guys. I'm taking that bitch up there and be like, you guys owe me $7.
Well, see, the one in town, they did it right. Like their name is Lexington's Best Pizza.
And honestly, they're like 4th best. So
yeah,
they're not like,
they are not the best.
I was like, oh man, this shit's gonna be like real good. And it's just like, nah, you get shit on by Italianos.
It's regular.
Italianos is probably the best.
See, I like Elizabeth. They usually do a pretty decent job.
I like Elizabeth and Thomasville, not the one in Lexington. The one in
Well,
Lexington.
there's like 40 of them around. So
Yeah.
like I'm thinking of the ones in Greensboro and stuff like that. But
multiple in like fucking High Point, Lexington. Yeah, there's so many of them.
my favorite in Greensboro was always Mario's.
I've not had that.
Mario's. There's a bunch of those in there, but like honestly, the best pizzas most of the times don't come from like ones that are like those, you know,
The chain ones, 'cause they have,
fully
like-
chain, but yeah, it's a chain.
Yeah, like they use this much cheese and you do this and this and this, and we get everything packaged from this place. So I just ate out of Hungry Howie's.
My wife says that that's the greatest, and I don't know that that's true.
The crust is fucking me and Mitchell went to go play Magic. He was like, "Hey man, you want to go to this draft with me?" And I was like, "I ain't got money." And he was like, "I didn't ask that," because Mitchell's that kind of friend. And I was like, "Man, I'm like, but yeah, fuck it." And he was like, "All right, I'm gonna get some pizza." And he stops at Hungry Howie's, and I was like, "Bro, I didn't even know we had one of these." I did a pizza tier list
Yeah.
a while ago, and I was like, "I'm not a Hungry Howie's. We don't even have one in North Carolina." So I was just like,
I think there's one over in Welcome.
"Put that." I didn't know they were that close.
Yeah.
So it's some good pizza, bro.
Is it?
Yeah, and they got like crust flavoring. Like we got the something Hawaiian, big Hawaiian, whatever, with like a Cajun crust.
That sounds good.
The shit was bomb,
The
bro.
people that get so mad about pineapple on pizza, I don't get them. Like that's not going to be my first
It's the same
choice.
people who don't like Nickelback. Like
Yeah.
it's the same people like.
It's a fad.
Yeah, I just like to hop on and shit on this because it's fun and everybody else.
I ever
does
tell
it.
you my anchovy
It's the same
story?
type of people that would do like the asphyxiation challenge on a social media app when they were kids.
Did I ever tell you my anchovy story?
No.
So when I was working at the factory, they'd like buy pizza very, very, very randomly. Like it wasn't like what you talk about. Like we're doing a pizza party as like a celebration. Like we'd be like having to stay late or something. So they buy it for like the maintenance and like some of the other people. And one time the boss was like, "You can order whatever kind of pizza you want. Like we need ideas for pizza."
You have told me this one.
And
Yeah.
so I asked for anchovies, and I get this pizza thinking that I get to eat it by myself. Like I don't need to have anchovies on it. It's not like I'm like, "Ooh, this is so much better."
Did you do it specifically so
I had a whole pizza.
Yeah.
And then as soon as I got it, and everybody's like, "Ew, anchovies, that's gross." And then
let
me try
a
it.
Pete. Yep.
and
just
then
like a kid.
they take a bite and they'd be like, "Oh, it's disgusting," and throw it away. I was like, "You motherfucker." Like that was my pizza to myself because they said I could order whatever the fuck I
Oh,
want.
disgusting! Just what I thought.
And so
Throw
I
it
ended up
away.
getting like 3 slices of pizza anyway. So I was like, "You fucking bastards."
And it wasn't even as good as it could have been because it was anchovies.
Well, no, I like it. Like I'm not saying I don't like it. It's just like that's not like I don't. My dad is the type where he has to like if he's eating pizza, he really wants it to have anchovies. But really, all anchovies are is like salt. Like it's a very salty fish, but the fish flavor doesn't come through as much. It's more just a bunch of fucking salt.
Bro, we gotta get some guests on the podcast.
You think so?
Yeah, I think it's time.
How are we
to
gonna get them to
start
come to North Carolina?
reaching out? No, does it have to be a? It
I
doesn't
mean,
have
we
to be
can
a
do
fucking
a remote one.
big.
But
It doesn't have to be a big name though. Like it ain't gotta be someone crazy.
who do y'all think would be good guests for this?
Yeah, especially in North Carolina. Look, and someone's gonna be like me,
That's fine.
Ernest. Yeah,
I
fucking.
don't care.
Oh, bro, we should do that. We should just like have. Oh man, but what if they're crazy? Like, stop pulling your dick out. Like, they just do it in inconspicuous ways.
Sorry,
Like,
guys,
just like lift their pants leg open we don't catch it in the
Well, I mean,
end.
that's what you do, and I have to keep editing it out.
Right. Yeah, that's why you should watch the video so you get the dick flashes in it. But yeah, I saw this one podcast where this guy was like, I have guests on like every week and he has 280 something. I'm like, how the fuck are you getting all these? And it's just normal people. And I was like,
Well, once you start, it's like one of those things where it kind of builds on itself. Like my wife had a podcast and she had 50 some episodes and every single one of them had a guest.
that's crazy. We just need to get somebody with a story.
Yeah.
Like, that's what we should do, man. Look, because we do advice. We should get trauma people on here, people who's been through
Should
some
we make them
shit.
sit like right here?
Yeah, make them sit on the floor right there.
No, like they got to be in frame. So they got to sit like right behind us right here. Like, hey, what's your take on this?
And then my whole time, I'm just like, but I don't. Here's my thing. I don't want to bring on somebody who was like, I'm the survivor of a family annihilator, the sole survivor of a family annihilator.
Yeah.
And I'm just like, look, I understand it was terrible what happened. But dog, great survival instincts, bro. Like I know you'd kill it in dodgeball. Like I don't know if we are qualified to do that.
Well, no, and I think that that's the wrong, like, because we're not like a self-help style podcast where like inspiring stories and all this other stuff. Like that's what my wife's was, and I honestly think that it was bad for her mental health that she was focusing on people that'd been through like all this fucking crazy
Are
shit.
you
Like,
gaslighting me right now?
what? How am I gaslighting you?
Bro. Because
Oh, you're trying to. Okay, all right. I thought that you were being serious though. Like I was fucking with you.
I could gaslight him. Y'all, you guys just heard that. Like I could gaslight him.
But yeah, so she was like always focused on like these people and those stories need to be told and all that other stuff. But like my wife was trying to get through like postpartum and all that stuff while she was doing her podcast, and it just kept declining for her, I think. Like she was more focused on like the bad of everything and like how to get over it, but it's more focused on the bad.
My favorite comments is people that's like, man, you got to get like Shane Gillis on the podcast.
Yeah,
I'm like, oh
get
yeah,
him
let
on
me
there.
just go. Let me go grab him. Let me go just call him up.
It's 7 degrees of separation, so like somebody on this that's listening to us has a cousin.
Oh yeah,
that
that
knows
is
him and-
yeah, guys. If you know a celebrity, which actually we have, what the fuck's his name? He played in the Harold and Kumar movie. Remember? He's in Hickory.
Is he?
Yeah, he was the guy that did the he had the hot wife, but they were brother and sister, and they kept the inbred in the basement. He played that guy, so he wanted us on his podcast.
Let's go.
Carolina Reaper, John Reap. There we go. We can get him on here. But also too, I think because like the older somebody gets, then they stop relating with like our jokes and shit. So like we're making jokes, and he's like, "Listen, boys, I know what you guys have going on here, but I'm not gay." And I'm like, "Oh no, man, we like talk about sucking dick for fun." And he's like, "That's somehow worse and still gay."
No, but we're not actually
Yeah,
doing
but we're
it.
not actually sucking dick.
It's just
But
a
like
joke.
we would suck a dick, like if we were, you know what I'm saying? Like we don't have to be forced. But like you don't got to hold a gun to our head. It was like, whoa, this is like, I don't know, like who we relate to. You know what I'm saying? So it makes it very hard.
Where's my phone at? I got something on that for exactly what you're talking about, but keep them entertained for a second.
How the fuck am I supposed to keep them entertained? Oh yeah, I'm the entertaining one. I forget that I am the entertaining one.
Oh, fuck you.
But yeah, I mean, it's a struggle to come up with what guests we should have. Once again, like if you were in or around North Carolina and you're like, hey, I have something interesting, don't just be like, I want to get on here and then be sweaty when Mike asks me questions because I'm a fanboy from Felonious Falafel shit. Don't do that. But if you're like, man, I got like something interesting that happened, just fucking shoot us a thing on mikeanddylan.com, MikeandDylan.com, because
We're running short on those. Yeah, we need
yeah,
more.
we are running short on those.
So I said, so what's the plan for this Saturday, fellas? And then asking them if they want to come here. And then, so come to this. Do you guys want to do the studio? And my buddy says, is the studio code for butthole? And I said, yes, I thought we clarified the lingo at the beginning of planning. And then my other buddy says, glad we're all on the same page. And then I said, and all the dads get one extra blowjob for Father's Day gift. It was in the contract we all signed. So my other buddy says, who's providing the blowjobs? And I said, all of us. And then he says, fair. And then the next guy says, oh, I'm just trying to do Dylan's studio. Nothing gay like group blowjobs. And I'm assuming we are all doing the studio at the same time. So all doing it in the butthole at the same time.
Right.
And then my one buddy comes back because he hasn't seen any of the text. And he's like, I love opening up this group chat to 10 new messages about the plan for next Saturday. And buttholes and blowjobs is as far as we got. Not complaining.
Right, yeah.
But that is a guy's chat. And none of us are gay that are actually going to give blowjobs. But like, that's how we talk to each other, like in general. Like,
That's what I'm saying. Like if listen, if there's a lady listening to this podcast, what are you doing, girl? Get out there and succeed in life. Get into the big city and you just work your way up and break through ceilings.
they're the ones that actually like comment and
Right,
engage.
yeah. Right, they like it. But if your guy is hiding his phone from you, he's doing something bad. Because like my wife can be on my phone at any time. You're just going to see some weird shit.
Yeah.
It's going to be just some crazy, like, bro. But also, women be funny as shit, too, because my wife will send me stuff like, just like little memes. She sent me one last night that was like, when you put it in without using your hand, and the dude's name is Dick Warlock. like shit like that. Like, that's the humor I fuck with. So it is good to, I don't know that my wife also fucks with that humor.
Do you feel like an astronaut, like just porting in, like just.
Oh, bro, the best part is like when we switch positions and I like get on top and it just
goes where it's supposed to.
Right. I feel like I'm like, all right. I feel like Tom Cruise felt in fucking in the pilot movie. What was that called?
Shit, I can't remember now.
Not seen it. Anyways, so
Hot Gun or no?
Top Gun. Yeah, you can't handle the truth. That's all I know about it because I seen the whole courtroom scene.
I think I've watched it when I was a kid, but it's not one of those movies that I'm like, oh, because I don't really do.
I hate when I tell somebody I've not watched a movie and they're like, "What, bro?
Quit attacking me?
Are you gay? Like, what's going on here?" I'm just like, I just haven't fucking seen it.
Quit attacking me.
What do you mean?
That's what I do to you when you haven't watched American History X or like some of the other movies that I'm like, that one.
Do you not like to see dudes get raped in prison?
Yeah.
Look, you know how much better Shawshank Redemption would have been if Andy Dufresne didn't get his butthole tickled in prison. Look, yeah, like he got out, but he ain't really get out because a part of you stays on that dude's dick. I'm just saying, it's rough. Am I the asshole for wanting to cut my family off for success and peace? Hi, Mike and Dylan. I'd first like to say that I love the podcast, especially the long form stuff. Y'all are really entertaining and hilarious to listen to while at work and doing things around the house. Look, everybody's just like, bro, make it an hour and 45 minutes long.
Yeah.
And I'm like, but everybody doesn't like that. Some people like it.
Nobody said make it shorter.
I don't know.
Other than on Two Daddies, they said like try to keep the stories outside of the stories. So like if we go
on tangents like this that we're doing right now when I'm trying to read a story.
Yeah.
Got it.
But they like it here. So.
Oh, okay. So for the advice background, I'm a 17-year-old male that's about to be going into my senior year of high school. Terrible parents. Like, why are you listening to the podcast, bro? It is an explicit podcast. Schooling has never been something that I love doing, and I've always loved working with my hands. Gay. Wow, bro. God. I'm currently taking weld classes in school, and I'm looking for that to be my career after school. The issue is that my guardians, who are my aunt and uncle, are against the idea of me going to a trade school and are pushing for college. While saying in front of other family members that they completely support me if I am bettering myself, my uncle is one that constantly talks down about the idea of going into trade school. And me wasting my life and turned out to be nothing in my future. I thought he'd understand because he works in the oil field and has been making pretty good money from it. So would it be wrong if I were to disappear after graduation to focus on building my career and personal happiness? Trade school is a waste of time because it doesn't count towards any time during your apprenticeship. Any trade that you go into has an apprenticeship, electrician, anything like that. I think welding is actually one of the only ones that don't.
Well, yeah, you can get certifications in trade school that you can get and take to your job.
But also, you could just go right after school. You know what I'm saying? Like, you could, as soon as school ends, as soon as like you are out of school, you could walk up to a factory and be like, "Yes, I would like to be a welder," and they'd be like, "All right, come on, we'll stick you with this guy, and he's going to show you how to do it."
It depends on like what
he's going to yell at you a little bit.
There's like a lot of different fields for welding, and some of them are very
well, yeah. Like if you're doing like the fucking pipe journeyman shit where you're going, then you have to fucking apprentice under somebody. Then.
Yeah, but you still learn the basics. Like I don't say trade schools not necessary.
I'm pretty sure in the trade community, it is very widely known that trade school is a waste of time. But we could ask tradesmen that because I am not a tradesman. So I am pretty sure it is a big thing in the trades community that trade school is a complete waste of money and time.
Well, and look into that specifically for welding if that's what you want to do, because there are different things. Like, yeah, if you're wanting to be a painter, you don't need to go to tradesman school to be
also, I'm going to give you a life hack, though. If go to R Welding on Reddit, too, and ask a bunch of questions because those guys are fucking, I don't know if you know this, they weld for a living, all right?
They'll tell you.
And they'll tell you, all right? And then you'll get half that'll be like, well, I did trade school, and then other people will be commenting underneath them. They'll be like, well, good job wasting your time, buddy, because I didn't do trade school. I was welding and I was going different places making $136 an hour in 2 weeks.
Well, and like there's difference between, because like, yeah, we had a welder, like a fabricator at the factory that I worked at, and like, I mean, he could weld, but he couldn't have worked on the pipeline welding like pipes that hold, you know, a million or 2 million barrels of like gas and oil going through there. Like you have to have like very, very like perfect welds to pull that off. So like depending on what you're trying to do, whether you're trying to be a pipe welder out in the oil fields or whether you're trying to be, you know, a guy in a factory, like
I did a welding class at Trinity High School, and within like 3 weeks knew that that was not going to be my career path.
Yeah.
Because I was like, bro, I was like trying to hold it, and he'd be like, no, stand this way. And I'm like, I feel so uncomfortable. And he's like, now bring it down. And he's like, it's bubbling too much. And I'm like, look, bro, I'm in high school. I don't know why. You going to pay me some money for doing this? Because and then he'd be like, take it home. And I'm like, for what? To be like, look, guys, look what I did in school today.
When I worked second and third shift at the factory, like I would just find like scrap pieces and I'd take the plasma torch and cut out stuff. Like I've got some sculptures that I made while I was and then I'd take like old paint that was sitting on the shelf.
Yeah, man. Anything I did, I was good at it, you know.
Well, no, I wasn't good at it.
I'm like a handy dandy dude. I'm fucking great at making videos and stuff. And, you know, just anything that I try, I could just build a table.
I can bring it in and
Bro just
show
builds
everybody.
a table just for fucking nothing. He's like Jesus, like God. God created, like, he's just like, ooh, heaven in the universe. Dylan's just like, table.
Different skills that I've learned over many, many years.
It's like artists that are just able to draw up there. You're like, yeah, I think of it, and then I'm able to just like do it. Okay.
I practiced a lot.
All right, genie. Yeah, but they'll be like, yeah, this is what they look like when I was a kid. I'm like, mine looks 10 times worse than that now. And I tried, man. I saw everybody drawing, and I tried, and I got how to draw books and all that stuff because I was like, I want to do it, something. And like, you know, this is before I was like told that they think that I'm a little bit retarded and maybe I should like try, like comedy is going to be the only thing I could possibly ever get into that doesn't have me working in a factory for the rest of my life. But I really did, man. And I tried my hardest to fucking draw. And then there was just this kid. Look, it was this kid. His name was Juan Matute. All right. I think he's in a gang now, so I'm not going to say anything like real bad about him. But he was just like this really chubby Hispanic Hawaii. He was like the Rock. You didn't know what he was, but he'd just like be sitting there, just drawing the most beautiful Dragon Ball Z kid, like 1-to-1, just doing it. And I'd watch him from start to finish do it, and I'd be like, "Why are you starting on an arm?" Like he'd start at the weirdest spots and just make the whole thing. And I'm just like, must be nice. But then if you talk to him too, he was like, I don't know. He was like the stereotypical, this guy watches anime. Mm-hmm. Because he'll be like, you ever thought about if I needed to kill everybody in this room and make an escape, how fast I could do it? Because I'm pretty sure I could do it fast. And then one day I was told he was in a gang, so I've just always believed it. I'm not going to look up people from the past. I'm just going to assume that what they told me is real. So until proven other, which he could be in a really good place right now. But in my brain, he is killing a whole room of people and seeing how fast he can escape.
You're skipping stuff, ain't you?
What?
You skipped the bottom one.
Brother, I am not reading all these.
That's what this show is about there, bud.
Yeah, but people want a more talky episode, so we're giving them a more talky episode.
Yeah, I'm just saying you skipped past it, so I brought it back to the top.
I am a fraud and don't know how to escape. Dear Mike and Dylan, so this is probably going to sound extremely stupid, but I'm in a weird spot. Like 3 years ago, I started hanging out with a new group of friends from work, but they're all super into craft beer. The first time we went out, I just ordered whatever sounded really cool and pretended I knew what I was talking about. Said stuff like, oh yeah, citrus notes really come through. You nailed it, bro, because that's what they all sound like. Look, that's what they all fucking sound like. Here's the thing. I've kept doing it. And now I'm like the beer guy in the group, and they ask for recommendations. The worst part, I actually hate most craft beer. I'm a Bud Light guy at heart, but I'm in too deep now. What should I do? That's rough, bro. Like, imagine being like, fuck, I gotta fit in with these people. So now that one time of you saying, I bet the other guys were just like, oh, I just like started trying these. So it was like pretty good. Like, it doesn't taste that much like beer. And then they heard you say the citrus notes really came through, and they was like, this guy really fucking gets it. Like, this guy knows exactly what is going on. I'm the beer guy. Oh, fuck. I bet they saw that episode when they put that in there too. So I'm the beer guy. Like, that's my thing, man. I do CrossFit. Like, I'm the CrossFit guy. I'm the coffee guy.
Yeah. Imagine being that and you didn't want to be that.
Brother, like, when I meet people like that, I know in my heart of heart that they're just masking depression. And I'm just like, look, bud, get through your little thing. I'm glad you're happy about something right now. But the faster you get through it, the faster you get through the just hollow depression that comes afterwards.
Well, I mean, it's the same thing as you and Magic the Gathering, though. People latch onto something and that's their thing, and they just fucking like go ham on it.
I've been playing Magic the Gathering for 20 years.
So what's the difference?
I've been playing.
If they find a new passion,
what's the difference between being like, because they do CrossFit for 5 years and then they get onto something else like fucking cycling.
Yeah, if they keep
if you've been doing something for 20 fucking years, like Yu-Gi-Oh, Magic. So yeah, for 24 years I've been playing card games.
Okay, so if you all of a sudden become passionate about a new thing, like say you were good at drawing and now you're a big drawer and you like to draw all the time, you can't now be passionate about that? Like that can't be your passion? Like I get
it can be your passion
thing, but like
yeah, but they're like getting into like their midlife crisis and they latch onto that and then, finally they're like, "Oh, I can like this stuff without making it my whole personality."
Yeah. But like if you want to go do something this weekend and you're like, I want to go to, like, for example,
Dylan, what goes on in your brain that I'm like, they latch on to something and then they drop it after a couple years?
I'm saying if they don't drop it, like if that's their
well,
thing,
then they're cool.
into
Yes,
it.
yes, you could get into something later in life. That's fine,
and that's what I'm saying.
But look, Gen X does not actually do that. It's just a funny joke to poke at people.
Yeah.
Right, yeah.
I'm not saying Gen X. I'm saying a regular beer guy.
But, bro, I'm thick in it. Like, if this was going to be a fad, it's like like when parents looked at their kids and they were, like, going through, like, their little golf thing. And goth. I said golf. And they're like,
I thought you said golf.
It's a fad. And then they're like, oh, man, I look stupid. Yeah, it was a fad. Like, look.
No, we all looked cool.
Bro, no. Everybody looked dumb. Like, I talk shit about
my blue spiked hair and then my blue.
Did you really have
purple.
that?
Oh yeah, no, I was full.
Do you have pictures?
Yeah, and I got like the big wide leg, like as big as you could get them.
No fucking way, well, bro! I'm finding this out.
Yeah, no,
you have to post pictures on the Reddit.
I was full in like the new metal scene, like that was me.
No way.
Yeah.
Holy shit, bro! You're like.
You've never seen the video of me like snowboarding with my black mohawk and?
No.
Yeah.
You're like a year away from being the coffee guy. Me, I was too poor to get into a fad.
I was poor too.
Like, no, I couldn't.
I got one pair of pants.
I couldn't afford fucking Jenko jeans or off-brand ones either. Like I said, I had the fucking Dollar General. These aren't Dollar General. These are Walmart. So I'm fancy living now. But the fucking...
Yeah, we got like one pair of like whatever we wanted pants for like the new school year. Like, we didn't get, like, a whole new 5
What did your dad say when
outfits.
you were buying the pants? He was fucking accepting that. I know your dad. Like,
yeah, he wanted me to get through my rebellious stage and do whatever I was going to do, counterculture, and then,
Your mom was probably like, why are we buying these pants? And he's like,
my mom
he's got to do it.
My mom was far more supportive.
Oh, really?
Yeah, she's just like, yeah, whatever.
Was your mom the type that was like, so show me some of the music you listen to?
No.
And then you like put it on and it's fucking like Asking Alexandria or something. And then I really hear the...
I tried to get my dad to listen to like Tool and Korn, System of a Down, and like because like System of a Down's really like left wing political, and so
look, I'm gonna play you some Tool, Dad. The song's called Sober.
Yeah,
and your dad's like, oh, all right.
He likes the message.
All right, are you gonna show me another song? No, I'm just gonna play Sober again, and I'm gonna play Sober again.
When I tried to show him Imagine,
that's the only you get it because that's the only good song they have.
No,
the Schism's not good, and then after that, I just great. Like. No.
The full albums are great, yeah.
Let's listen to a full album, the one with Sober on it. Because I think I've only heard that in Schism ever.
Yeah, but you also don't like listen to like an album from front to back. You are
I have
a single song here and there.
I have to hear a song. Like if I'm over at a friend's house and they play a song, and I hear it like, I have to hear it like 2 or 3 times for like my brain to be like, all right, we like this song. I can't just hear a song and be like, wow, this song is good.
Yeah.
I don't have that ability. That's why, look, you could go to Two Hot Takes and Smosh and shit like that or any advice fucking podcast. But can you ever get advice from a guy who has no aspirations for anything, honestly is not qualified to do essentially anything? I mean, where else are you going to find that at?
I mean, imagine there's some out there that have like 3 or 4 listens per month.
But his wife won't let him do drugs and become the complete failure that he knows he can be.
Yeah, the one thing he could strive for.
Because I could do drugs better than literally anybody else can do drugs.
Yeah, no, you have a clock right over there.
Do I?
Can you read it from that far or no?
Yeah, I got it. I don't have my makeshift glasses here today.
But no, with my dad, like he is a musician, and so like he likes music, but I tried to he likes music in the sense of like kind of talking about the lyrics and how it's all put together and like all that stuff. And so like we did bond on that stuff, and like I play music too, so like that's one of the things. But like when I would try to I showed him Imagine by A Perfect Circle, and I was like, I think this version's better than when John Lennon did it. And then he had to go into like why that wasn't the case.
Now you fucked up. Now you fucked up. John Lennon, massively overrated.
Oh.
Yes.
In your mind.
Once again, he is one of those people that people put on a pedestal because they died.
They're great songs. Like there's great songs that he did, and like you can't take away like, okay, so I will go to your argument. If a bunch of fucking people like it, it's good.
Yeah, bro.
That's what you say.
I'm just joining in the fucking what is it called? It's not really devil's advocate. I'm just being a shit stain when I say things like that. It's just funny.
Well, you really don't like the Beatles. Like you really fucking hate the Beatles because your
my stepdad fucking loved them, bro. So you fucking loved them, and I had to listen to that. He's just like, but we all live in a yellow submarine.
That's a garbage ass
like this
song.
shit's fucking terrible. Yeah. All the songs, like it was just like bro, I could get a fucking group of my friends and we come up with gay ass melodies like that all the time. Yeah. I didn't understand too, because you would hear like, what's your favorite song?
I don't have a favorite.
I have a favorite song.
I do not.
My favorite song is Limelight by Rush. I don't know why though. It like hits on this like nostalgia thing for me. And I just like the fucking lyrics and what it's talking about and everything. It's just that song for me is like, you know what I'm saying? It's like you have a favorite song in whatever mood you're in, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah, like I mean, but I don't really even have like favorites. It's just like as my moods change, my music taste change. Because like right now I'm on like a big like throwback to emo and like pop punk.
Like I like 2000s. Music from literally every single genre that there is. The Beatles just, I don't fucking know, man. I listen to it and I'm like, I feel like this was like an MK Ultra experiment. And they were doing that in the 50s. And I bet they were like, hey, I bet we can get the whole world to like just some trash ass shit and just get them to love it. And once again, I could just be biased.
You are. And it's okay to be biased and like, but like in general, like, and I'm not saying their
lyrics were as simple as you could fucking.
Did you listen to any songs in that era? Because like literally, it's music changing over time. Like, so the Beatles were before Rush and all this craziness with like Led Zeppelin and all that stuff. They were. Before.
I know they were like the Buddy Holly and shit like that time, because they were happening over technically in the UK, and then coming over in America, while we had like Buddy Holly and the fucking like the whole jazz was now becoming rock type fucking scene. I understand what was going on in that moment, and you could listen to lyrics from Americans, like we're supposed to be the dumb ones, and then listen to the fucking bro. Like, I love how everybody's like, these guys are like some 3D fucking brain thinkers. Like when you listen to fucking like Lucy in the Sky with Diamonds, and then you find out it's not about fucking LSD, even though it's Lucy in the Sky with Diamonds, and you're like, wow, man, these 3D fucking dimensional thinkers. Yeah, and then John Lennon's like, well, you saw a painting from a girl, and it had a girl in the sky with diamonds, and we fucking liked it, so we said Lucy in the Sky with diamonds. Bro, it's fucking like it's the simplest fucking things. There's nothing profound about it. I really think, look, and it comes from a time of drugs and this nostalgia, and I think they were just at the right place at the right time. There's zero profoundness in it. I'm sorry.
But see, like that's the thing though, is I'm not claiming that they were these like musical geniuses. I'm just saying they were good. They made good music. They were popular. Like your whole claim for most things is like, if people think you're funny, you're a comedian, and like that's fine, and like that's all I'm getting at.
But the Beatles are the only thing I do this to, by the way. Yeah, there's nothing else.
Pissed about
everything else. I'm just like, Matt Rife, if he, there's millions of people that like him. He's a comedian, and
Beatles suck.
defend everything. The Beatles is just like, I don't fucking understand what happened once again, but I'm a big conspiracy person, and I really think if you were like, that was the beginning of if we tell you you like this, you like this. That's what I think, man.
But they were literally trying to like shut that down and not let kids listen to it.
Just like they did with Eminem, and just like they did with everything that's ever been fucking big. Oh, wow, all these people like it. Is there something wrong with this?
So did they promote Eminem to make Eminem famous? Like, that's what
it does, though. That's what it does. That's how you create like counterculture, even though everybody's following along with counterculture, and it's literally you're just doing the same thing that everybody else is doing.
But it was a big conspiracy to try and make people like.
I'm saying, I believe. Look, because of conspiracy.
Was it the same with Elvis Presley? Because like he was gigantic, like they were.
But listen to an Elvis song. And then listen to a Beatles song.
But Elvis didn't write like any of his music.
Correct.
Like, the majority of his music was...
Elvis's music was made. It was written to, because they understood back then what chords to use. It's kind of like, when was Billy Corrigan, whatever the fuck it, Bill Burr, the Bill Burr clone, talks about when like they know what riffs to do, what fucking I'm not a musician, what beats to follow. That's what they did with Elvis. So his shit was like scientifically tailored to be pleasant to people's ears during that time.
Yes,
like that's what he was.
Music is even to this day.
But I think they were like, look, we have to. If you create the hysteria, the people will follow. That's what the Beatles feel like, man. Like their songs.
So what was the end goal? What was their goal?
To see how far they could fucking control us. I don't look. I get it. People like the Beatles, and Mike could be wildly wrong about this. They're not like, wow, man, this is like so fucking catchy, and they're not like, wow, this is so profound, and they're not like, wow, this is so. It's just, bro. It feels like if you taught some friends how to play some instruments at a decent level, and then y'all got together and was like, all right, let's come up with the simplest lyrics ever, and then y'all just became huge. That's what the Beatles feel like.
Well, that's what popular music is the simplest. Like, there's a reason why all country music is like, we got drunk on my tailgate, drinking a Bud Light in the moonlight.
Technically, country is nowhere near the level of like pop music. It is higher than rock music right now, like more popular than rock.
But the same with pop music is it's literally the most mind-numbingly like simple. There's no
what I'm saying though is they are crafted, like those are crafted like with the hook and everything to like
be successful.
Be pleasant to the ears and everything like that. But the Beatles are not.
Because they're the musicians that wrote the fucking songs. They didn't. I
mean, I get that they wrote the songs, but I really feel like, because this was the part of where they were like trying the mind control shit. Listen, I think they were like, look, we're just going to tell everybody. It's like if you get, you go to a different country, you pay 30 people to run around, throw some rocks, like light a couple Molotov cocktails, and you can convince everybody that you have a riot. That's what it feels like. It's like if we make this like we say that this guy right here is the biggest fucking thing ever. It's like the whole Justin Bieber thing. If we tell all these kids that he's like, wow, he's the next big thing. Look how cute this kid is. It doesn't matter what music he makes. They're going to follow along. They're going to fucking, eventually everybody will get around to it. Like they did with because that's honestly what they did with the fucking whole One Direction thing. They were like, whoa, these guys are amazing.
Well, see, and that's my argument is that, and I'm not saying that pop music isn't good. It's made specifically to be easy on the ears. You can dance to it, whatever. And that's why I don't like pop music, because it's been written in a way not to be a good song in general, but because if you do this chord structure, you do this kind of lyrics, you put the hook here, you do that, you have a banger. And that makes it emotionless to me.
I can understand, but I can understand more how Elvis's songs can be crafted like that, and people love it. You know what I'm saying? Then, bro, look, this is what we're gonna do.
You act like they're writing like child rhymes. Like there's some really good songs in there. You're saying based upon like Yellow Submarine and Lucy in the Sky with
I've
Diamonds.
heard
there's
every single Beatles song multiple times. And I have never fucking just like laid, bro, 50 Cent has been more profound. Like, because my brother, look, that's what's
also
crazy.
50 years later.
I would be why is he? But he's more like, if he says something that's more profound than the literal band that everybody's like, these guys were like,
But
so
that's
far ahead of their
people that
time.
are fucking like fanatics. Those are people that are like idolizing them. I'm not talking about those people. I'm talking about in general. The music is
That
okay.
might be
It's
something
all
too,
right.
because like my stepdad and his best friend, like they glazed the fuck out of the Beatles. But also, it seems like too, if someone is, this is why I like people who like if you smoke weed, I fuck with you. If you are just into high culture, I cannot fucking stand those guys. Like, because they're essentially the coffee guys of the pot smoking world. Like, if someone's just like, I don't know, man, I just smoke weed. You know, I try to get some good strands and shit like that, but I just smoke weed. I'm not really.
Well,
But
like with music, there's so much out there that yes, if you are just like fanatic, like I mean, I really felt that with like Dave Matthews Band. I like Dave Matthews Band. I think their music is good. Would I tour around the United States to go to every single fucking concert that they put on? No,
I have
but there's
never
tons of
heard a
people.
Dave Matthews song. I mean,
Yes, you
I've
have.
probably heard one.
Yeah.
But like, if someone put a fucking gun to my head and was like, all right, I'm gonna make this easy, just name a Dave Matthews song, I'd be like, bro, I'm dead. I don't know a singular name of a song from Dave Matthews.
Crash Into Me. No, that's the only one that I could really come to my mind.
Bro,
like, the other one's like Monkey on a Chain, but I don't think it's Monkey
but everybody
on a
talks
Chain.
about how popular they are. It's like U2.
They were very big, but
like
yeah.
U2.
U2's garbage.
But I don't know a fucking song.
I'm not saying that as in like I actually think they're garbage. I personally do not like U2, but I don't.
I remember when they teamed up with Apple and got all their songs put onto the
1, 2, 3, 14.
the new iPad or the iPod, whatever that came out, and it would like fucking take up everybody's memory, and then it was almost impossible to get it fucking removed out of your fucking playlist, and you only had so much room in there. And then everybody was just like, you know what, fuck these guys, even though they were like giving an album away for free.
Yeah. Well, it's an album.
Well, I mean, they got like $200 million for Apple.
Yeah. No, I went to see them play, and I want to say it was the Muse that opened for them, and we watched them in Raleigh at the
I know a Muse song.
The Wolfpack Stadium.
Paranoia is in bloom. The PR transitions will resume. They try to keep us dumped down. Yeah, fuck it.
So we were drinking, like we were pre-gaming before we went into the concert. And then once we got into the concert, Muse played and it was awesome. It was great. And then U2 came on, and inside the stadium, I don't know whether it's changed since then, but you could not buy another drink. So like we were drinking, we want to continue drinking, and we can't inside the stadium. So like after we make it through the opening band, the Muse, then it was U2, and we made it like 3 songs in, and we all kind of like looked at each other and we're like, you guys want to go to the bar? Just like, and so we just dipped out of and they were the people that we were supposed to be going to see, and I did not give 2 shits about it.
The problem with me though is like I'll listen to a song and then I'll like that song, but I can't then go to that artist and listen to everything else.
Got to.
I just can't do it. And so there'll be bands like, you know, Disturbed. Some people are going to hate this, but Five Finger Death Punch, like a decent amount of their songs. I'm not going to go then look at their album. So when I like somebody, it's usually that I like all their biggest hits. The only exception, and I have no clue why, is Eminem. I know fucking every single goddamn song that motherfucker has made.
Yeah.
And I don't know why him out of everybody.
Well, because all of his songs are like, I mean, they're like, some of them are fun and just like, you know, jokey, and then some of them are fucking super serious, and then some of them are really dark, and like, so there's like stories, and so each one's its own little like situation. So I
am on the bandwagon though that after recovery, recovery, like half of it was already like the shit now. Kamikaze was pretty good. I enjoyed Kamikaze. But I would take Relapse over the shit that comes out now. But he's like, he ain't got nothing else to talk about, so he just has to show how good he is. Yeah. Which, you know, some people fuck with, but I don't know. It's just back in the day you could actually like feel something, the storytelling and everything, and now it's just like, how many fucking double, triple, quadruple entendres can I make in one fucking line?
Yeah.
which he's the best at.
Which, I mean, that's getting to the top of your career. Like, I mean, that is kind of what it is. Like, he's not making music necessarily just for, you know, the people. He's making it as like an exercise of how fucking crazy he can get. But like, that's the thing though, is like he's awesome, but like he's not like on like this whole like worshiping. That's kind of like what I was getting at with the Dave Matthews Band. Is like Dave Matthews Band is good, yeah. But like when you make it your whole, like,
People
this is
stand
who
the fuck out for Eminem though.
Yeah,
Like they
and that's what
cannot
I'm saying
see.
is like
They cannot see the forest for the trees. They will not be like I do think MGK lost the rap battle with Eminem.
got mopped.
Rap Devil was good. Like it was actually good. And then if you look at Killshot, he did win with Killshot. The whole I got more fans and your own city, little kitty go play, feels like I'm babysitting little Tay. I'd rather be 80-year-old me than 20-year-old you. You could, you know, wear my flannels, whatever. But as long as I'm shady, you're gonna live in my shadow. Shit like that. Yes, Eminem won. Rap Devil was good because MGK is saying something. And a lot of Killshot, it's just Eminem going, I am very popular. You are incredibly popular. You are a better rapper, 100%. But it didn't like, you know what I'm saying? There wasn't anything that just like fucking, bah. And then people would be like, well, that made MGK switch genres. No, man, Diddy's dick made him switch genres. Like everybody overlooks MGK. Like he was fucking, you know, listen. All right. He's bad boy. All right. Yeah, bitch. Call him Steve-O. That's what made him switch genres. But I mean, I will say Eminem did win that rap battle. But look at everybody else who has ever dissed Eminem. He's not really like who big during their time. And you can't say Ja Rule because Ja Rule was an R&B singer. And then Benzino didn't rap. And then Pet Shop Boys, fucking, I'm trying to think of everybody big who's ever dissed. He came
ICP.
out. They call him Slim Anus. You know how terrible that is? Like, yeah, bro, there's been no dicks in my ass. My anus is going to be slim. Yep.
Yeah.
What a crazy diss by ICP. But when you really think about it, he has never had a legend really go against him.
Well, that's because, like, honestly, why would you? Like,
correct. Yeah, I mean, but think about, like, you know, Jay-Z had to go against Nas and fucking trying to think of more rap beefs. I mean, even like today with the whole Kendrick and Drake, which I think Drake should have, like, when he Pusha T dissed him, I still like Story of Adidon more than fucking the Kendrick stuff. I still fuck with the Kendrick stuff though. But after that, Drake should have been like, oh, okay, there's other people here that can say other things than, you know, Meek Mill fucking trying to slog his way through a diss while he's fucking drunk, high at the same time, and you can't understand a word he says. He should have just stopped, because then when Kendrick got on his ass, what was the first one he did? Not the one he did with fucking some of these names are just Future and Metro Boomin, but the one he did that was like Euphoria, that was like 6 minutes long. As soon as I hear that, I'm just like, nope.
too long for you?
No, if I'm Drake,
as
soon as I would hear that, no, that's great, bro. He fucking switches flows 3 times. Like he's nasty on it. And after I was Drake and I heard that, I'd be like, I'm probably not gonna, because he didn't go along with Pusha T anymore. But Eminem never really had someone you would consider top of rap go against him.
Yeah, and I think that's like almost for like self-preservation of like getting schooled, because like if you're going to talk about just technique and like the ability to like go in on somebody, like Eminem is very good at that. And so like, do you want to challenge your like status of where you're at by going against somebody that, because like, I mean, it's not like,
but we don't know. He didn't go against any rappers. Like he didn't go against anybody who is proficient at hip hop. Like he did not. There's no one that you would put in his whole career of
because
dissing
it's
people.
Always people trying to like basically poke at him to try and gain fame from him.
Did you listen to Eminem back in the day? You did not have to poke Eminem for him to take aim at you. He was taking aim at, which I get.
Not at other rappers, really.
After that, I know it was more like towards pop people, Vanilla Ice, shit like that. But after that, once he and I guess is how you make a name, by going after, like, you know, these big names and shit like that. But still, well, I guess you're right. Yeah.
I mean, there's just nobody. There's no win for them. Like if somebody's
because there's a ton of great rappers that never had another big rapper to go against.
Yeah, and like I mean, really, the beef is great for the audience, but it's not good for the artist necessarily, unless you're trying to gain the fame. From
My thing is though, I remember like when hip hop. I don't know, when there was like a rap beef, you were essentially trying to, you know, prove how much more of a man and how much more you are from that life. And then you got Drake battle rapping people when the dude is from Canada and he was like on Degrassi, a you know, teenage drama show. And people are like, yeah, his bars are hard, man. He'll murk somebody. No, he won't. No, he will not. He will not. He has like PR people and a therapist backstage that helps him cope through his feelings after a really long performance. Bro is not murking anybody.
Yeah.
Which now, and then the kids today that come up, they will kill you. Like when they were like, let's actually get killers to do rap. That's what rap is now. But guys, look, this has been an episode of Mike and Dylan.
It has.
Hate drama. Yeah. You got the ADHD part, the ADHD and the MADHD. Submit some damn fucking advice for us to give you advice about.
Yeah, because we're low. Like we're down to the last. I think we got one story left.
We're scraping the barrel, guys, and you can do that at mikeanddylan.com, MikeandDylan.com, and we will see you next time. Rate the podcast.
Later, mayonnaise dick.